She just came out and said, I asked her when she was on my show, like, would you come back? And she never really answered. Look, I think the reason why I like Heather, and I've said this before, you know, because here I'm allowed to have an opinion. It's not an interview. I like Heather because I love when you don't need the show. I love that. I love that. Like Kandi Burruss does not need the show. Whether you like these, all the people that don't like Heather, I get it. I understand why. I do. I love Heather. I love when you are not thirsty and you don't need the show. So when you tell me, you know, I don't know, Candace Dillard is going to quit. I mean, Kandi Gal ain't going nowhere. Like you might get fired, certain people, but Heather is on this short list of people who will actually quit. She doesn't need the fame. She doesn't need the money. And so I do truly believe when she shut down production, and I do believe, look, we all know, I mean, Heather has OCD. We're watching the show. It all looks easy to her because she's so good at it. Like, looking the best and brands and house, like, so I mean, look, you can't control this. This has to be like, it's like we talked about, Giselle does it right. Countess Luann does it right. When you're able, like Luann never gets into Twitter wars or never. Go find it with Giselle. They don't. Like when you just come on and say, I was a mess on Monday and today, and you, like when it bothers you. So Heather probably dabbles in the image and you have no control over it, people. So I'm sure it's not so easy. I don't really think she's quit. I think it's premature to really say these rumors, but the difference is, like, if you're telling me, like, I don't know, Noella Bergener just quit. No, she didn't quit, people. She'll hold on for the rest of her life. Like Heather could quit. And that's why I love her. This could be a true story. My sources of my investigation so far, this is not true. And you were going to say about her daughter, right? Her daughter, Max.
Well, Max, and I mean, you got credit for breaking that story because she commented on Behind the Velvet Rope. But, you know, Max is out as far as continuing. Obviously, Heather and Terry have 4 kids. They had agreed to be a part of this season. It was all over. Max quit basically over like a family dynamic issue where the other kids were kind of making fun of her about food. Anyway, you know, she's off the show. I mean, I am so curious what happens with that show. I mean, and we talk about ratings. I mean, the ratings weren't great there. And you know, we'll probably touch on this really quickly, but Real Housewives of Atlanta, I mean, this week they were trolled mercilessly. Well, I'm probably saying that word wrong, but anyway, they were just, it's bad. It's bad. The ratings are not good. Under 1 million for Atlanta.
It's shocking. The second episode was lower than the first. This is shocking. Now, by the time you guys are listening to this Thursday, when you listen, my guest this past Monday, which you don't know now because we're recording this, but by the time everyone listens to this, was the one and only Miss Kandi Burruss. Woo! And Kandi, so everyone that hasn't listened 3 days ago on Monday, go and listen. But Kandi, it's strange. When Kandi and I chatted, she was really like giving a sales pitch to the audience. Like, listen, you can go and listen. Like, this isn't, I'm not talking out of school, but Kandi was like, listen, you know, if you're not watching because of your favorites, I didn't even ask. And I was like, this is strange. And I was like, was there this big online movement of people that said they weren't going to watch because Portia isn't there? Because Kandi said, listen, everyone who says, I mean, we only have 2 people that are gone, Cynthia and Portia from last season. I would think, no offense to Cynthia, they're talking about Portia and not her. And Kenny's like, you know, I just give it a chance. Please, guys, wait to the second episode. So I think these girls went into this. There must have been buzz around it that, hey, people may not be watching. This is, I sat with Kandi before the first episode premiered. So before numbers were in on anything, Kandi was like telling people, please watch. And I just thought that was strange. And I also thought it was strange. Like, I was going to talk about a lot of other things, because I feel like you have to do that with like Kandi, and we did, but you know, out of respect for her, she's fucking Kandi Burruss. She's a major, but she wanted to talk about like 90% of her chat, or 85% was about RHOA, which I found, like, I was going to talk about Escape and Kandi and the Gang, and the fact that she's written like, you know, bills for we talk about all that, but it was very quick. Talk about Housewives songs. It was mostly, and I was like, God, like, I mean, this is like a dream. Like, I wish all the Housewives wanted to come on and I didn't have to plug everything else that they've done in their lives. And I was like, wow. So, I mean, I really listen. I've wanted Kandi for a long time. I'm always like cognizant of when someone comes on my show So
Yeah.
I just really think Kandi was there to plug RHOA. So it has nothing to do with Kandi, but maybe going in behind the scenes, there was this buzz to the girls of like, I hope we bring it.
Yeah, I wonder that too. And I was going to ask, I mean, maybe we just want to kind of move on and touch on Atlanta because people were bringing up Portia all week long. Bring Portia back. Portia's laughing.
Well, there you go.
Portia's laughing at these ratings. But I did want to ask you, because you're kind of more of an OC insider, have there been any announcements, developments about casting? What's going on? We don't know.
I mean, look, the rumors are everyone is getting a contract to come back except Gina Kirschenheiter. I mean, these rumors don't make any sense to me. That Gina's been demoted to a friend. Gina says not true. I mean, oh God, like, here's the thing. New York was broken and they did something drastic. I stand by, I don't think you could have two OCs. I don't think we can keep going. I don't think we could have two Atlantas. I mean, once we do this for every franchise, this is broken. It doesn't work anymore. And something's wrong with Housewives, period, which maybe it is, but I think you pulled that RHONY card and now you can't do it with every franchise. It dilutes the brand. So I don't think they're going to do the two OCs. But I do think there is this sense of what I'm trying to say is, to me, the OC is broken no more than New York was. So if we're just going to demote Gina and recast one person, I don't think that's true. I think they're going to try to do a total overhaul. I read the other day, there's a rumor that, I know her, that Alexis Bellino is coming back. Jesus Jugs. I have to tell you also, I don't know if everyone knows this, but Megan King Edmonds, who I know quite well, Megan King Edmonds, she was in the mix for this past season. She spoke to the producers and they passed on Megan. So Megan could have, and I believe that Heather, I just believe this, that Heather said, if Heather Dubrow was coming back with an opening scene like no other, I'm back, that nobody from the past is coming back. We're going to have the return of Heather Dubrow, period. Put a bow on the cake, nobody else. So I believe, this is just me, that Megan and everyone else that was maybe floated around, Heather was like, I don't blame her. If you want me back, it's like Bethany Frankel. If you want her back, there needs to be a big grand entrance. I believe Heather said nobody else is coming in. So, but Megan, I know for a fact, spoke to the producers. There was look, Megan would be great if she came back. Her life is so different. She gets divorced from Cuff. I mean, she has a child with special needs. I mean, follow Megan online. It's all about mommy blogging, and Megan has there's a lot going on. So,
Megan,
but I don't believe any of it. That Alexis is, I don't believe it. I think if the show is going to change, it's going to be a major change. We're not just going to demote someone.
I'm with you on Megan. I adore Megan. She's been on my show. I love Megan. I always did. And Megan is a person who naturally, there's a lot of drama, there's just a lot of drama around her. I mean, I'm sure the producers are kicking themselves because, if they had said yes to her, she married Joe Biden's nephew and then divorced him in 2 months. That would have been incredible to follow, I'm sure probably President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden probably wouldn't have gone to their wedding if it had been filmed for Housewives, but still, just the connection would have been enormous. But anyway, okay.
We'll find out, but I really don't see how. I don't know. You invited back Jennifer Armstrong and Noella. I don't know, guys. So listen, Max quit. If they go forward, Max Dubrow will not be filming. And I just want to say before we move on, I don't, like Heather, don't hate her, whatever, disagree with me. I think Heather Dubrow is a wonderful mother to have two kids come out in different respects. One is bi, one is a lesbian, to really, I have to say, no, I don't know these children, but from what we see on Instagram and online, these children, considering, don't seem like spoiled fucking brats, considering they're getting on a private plane and going to check out Syracuse. It's like they don't seem money